Hey everyone, Blockchain Philosopher Channel here. Today's video is very timely. It's about voting, voter ID, and voting fraud. We're going to see if the blockchain technology can solve one of the greatest problems of modern society, voting security. Hey, if you follow this channel, you probably already know the answer. A resounding yes it can. So let's bring in our AI assistant and explore the fascinating concept of blockchain voting.
In the United States, polls show that over 2/3 and up to 90% of those polled favor some form of voter ID in upcoming elections. Yet, as of March 2026, the U.S. Senate has failed to pass the Save America Act, which essentially would require proof of citizenship and a valid ID in order to vote. The current administration is resolved to use executive orders if the Senate fails to act. In this video, we provide a more elegant solution to voter fraud using blockchain technology, which could change voting and IDs forever, irrespective of whether Congress or the President acts. This video gets a little rough, with some technical jargon and deep concepts that may be new to you. The key concepts are private key, public key, zero-knowledge proof, elliptic curve cryptography, and blockchain ID. I explained some of these concepts in a video called Blockchain for Dummies. Feel free to investigate these concepts on your own, but in reality, this video provides a high-level overview of blockchain voting and probably won't require a deeper understanding. That said, let's dive in. Imagine an election where your vote is instant, tamper-evident, and counted exactly once. That's the promise of blockchain-backed digital identity for voting. Benefit first: fewer lines, fewer errors, more trust. Here's the core problem. Current voting systems rely on paper records, fragmented databases, and human verification. This creates inconsistency across states, vulnerability to clerical errors, and public distrust even when systems work. Here's the gist. A blockchain is a shared ledger. Once data goes in, it's insanely hard to change without everyone noticing. Now add a cryptographically secured digital identity tied to you. Think of it as your verified voter ID, created during enrollment with strong checks. Government records, in-person verification, maybe biometrics, then issued as a digital credential. Your private key is your voting authority. It's like the only pen that can sign your ballot. You make your choice. Your device signs the vote with your private key. The network records a transaction that says a valid voter cast a ballot, without exposing who you are or what you picked. One person, one vote. The system rejects duplicates because each identity can cast only once. Tamper-evident counting. Every ballot is on a public or permissioned ledger. Audits are built in. End-to-end verifiability. You can confirm your vote was included without revealing your choice. Lower fraud risk. Forging identities or stuffing ballots becomes exponentially harder. Now this is how it fights voter fraud. Strong enrollment stops fake registrations. Cryptographic signatures prove the ballot came from an authorized voter. Consensus across many nodes makes altering results extremely difficult to hide. But implementation of blockchain ID for voting does not come without its challenges. Let's address these next. First, private key loss. Your private key is unique to you and is randomly generated. If you lose it, you will lose access to voting. We'd need secure recovery, encrypted social recovery, hardware backups that don't let anyone else vote for you. Second, privacy. Identities must be unlinkable from choices. Techniques like zero-knowledge proofs help. No one can ever see who you voted for. Identity is no longer something you show, it becomes something you can mathematically prove. Third, accessibility. Simple, inclusive sign-up for all voters, including offline options. And finally, government adoption. Laws, standards, and trust take time and political will. Imagine how this happens. At age 18, you receive a blockchain ID or passport. Your citizenship is verified once. You hold your identity in a secure digital wallet. But remember, don't lose that private key or your ID vanishes. On Election Day, you open app, authenticate with your key, and cast your vote in seconds. The result, instantly auditable, impossible to tamper with. Here's how a blockchain ID is created, step by step. Option 1. At-home self-sovereign setup. Step 1. Generate an offline key pair and backup securely. Step 2. Create a decentralized identifier, store it in your wallet. Step 3. Remote verification. Submit proofs via video, eID, or notarized docs. Option 2. In person at the DMV or a government office. Step 1. Bring documents. Clerk verifies citizenship, residency, and biometrics. Step 2. Credential is issued to your digital ID. Receive a recovery kit. Option 3. Hybrid. Start online, finish in person. Pre-enroll and pre-verify online. Quick office visit finalizes issuance, then test your voter credential. A final example of blockchain voting. Just to clarify, from private key to voting, your device creates a private key, a huge random number that is never shared and becomes the root of your identity. Using a special algorithm called elliptic curve cryptography, your device computes a public key, which is visible to the public. However, although it is easy to go from private to public, it is mathematically impossible to reverse and guess your unique private key from the public key. Think of it like this. Private key is a secret recipe. Public key is the finished dish. You can taste the dish, but cannot reverse engineer the exact recipe. Now, a trust authority such as DMV or federal office confirms your identity, issues a signed statement that the public key belongs to a verified U.S. citizen. When you want to vote, you don't produce documents. Instead, the system sends a message, "Prove you own this ID." You respond by signing it with a signature that is a function of the private key, and you give your voting preference. Only your private key can produce this signature and preference, and the output looks like random data. Now the system verifies using your public key, signature, private key, and preference. It then issues a cryptographic voting token. This token is unique to you, is considered valid as issued by the system, and most importantly is not linked to your identity publicly. The system is not hackable, because if a hacker views your public key, he cannot guess your private key because of mathematical constraints. Now you use the token to make your voting choice, and the system confirms that the token is valid and hasn't been used before. At this point, your identity remains unknown. Blockchain won't fix democracy by itself, but with careful design, it can make voting more verifiable, more private, and harder to cheat, while keeping your vote yours.